Hello, everyone, and welcome. My name is Nathan Kolb. I am the host of Creditsafe webinars, and I want to welcome you to yet another one of our webinars. We're excited to be able to be bringing these to you, especially right now during this time in our history where so much of us are working remotely and working from home. We're hoping that these are a great value to you and are providing an opportunity for you to learn, to grow, to become better professionals, and to learn more about different things that are going on outside of maybe the four walls of your home and your home office or what have you. So today we're going to be talking about analyzing the financial side of your customers, your suppliers, and all that, seeing kind of where their financial health is and everything. And I'm excited to be able to bring in Ryan Greenberg. Ryan is the director of sales for Creditsafe and has been with the company for 7 years. So since they started here in the US up through now, throughout his time, he's led several different teams for Creditsafe and has been successful in those and building the team and helping the company go from a small startup to the company that we are now. And so it's exciting to have him involved here with us, to have him here to present this to us. And, just good to have him here. Ryan has 3 kids, loves to play golf, loves to spend time with his family. And you're going to hear a little bit about that as he comes in. So welcome, Ryan. Glad to have you. Glad you could be here with us and broadcasting from your house.
Thank you, Nathan. And thank you, everyone, for joining me this afternoon. The topic I'll be covering, again, is analyzing risk within your customer and supplier portfolio. Given the current economic landscape, this is certainly top of mind for thousands of credit and finance professionals out there, which is why I'm so excited to talk about it today. Much like all of you, I'm for the past couple of weeks sitting here in my home office, which doubles as my children's playroom in the basement. And on a daily basis, I'm speaking to credit managers, controllers, CFOs, and listening to the biggest challenges they have with their departments. And 2 of the most resounding things I'm hearing, and I share in the optimism of the first one, which are people are starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel here. But with that comes a lot of uncertainty, which leads to the second point, which is, companies really want to know what direction or action their departments should be taking now and in the near future. And that's really what I hope to shed some light on today. With Creditsafe's data health check, it gives you a 360-degree snapshot view of your entire portfolio and is a powerful way to take that first step into understanding so many different data points within that portfolio. So what we're going to be speaking about will be, again, risk within your customer and supplier portfolio, how that process works, and what are the first steps to get started. We're going to touch on data cleanliness. So this also will present an opportunity to help clean up your customer files. Key data elements to look at within the data health check, how to customize the data that you get back. We'll talk about some key takeaways and best practices after the data health check, and then we'll open it up for some Q&A. So how do we get started with this? If you're a current Creditsafe customer, within the web portal on the left-hand side, you'll see a data cleaning button that you can simply click on. That will take you to a form fill, and you can start the process that way. But really, the easiest way would be to get with your account manager. If you're on the Stay Safe program, speak to the rep that you're working with, let them know you're interested in the data health check, and they can take you through the process that way. So what do we need from companies, or what do companies need to provide Creditsafe for the data health check? We would need your customer supplier file. So if you're able to pull this on your own, that's great. If not, you could certainly speak to somebody in your IT department that could pull this file from your accounting software or ERP system. And it's really important to have the correct headers in place so we can accurately match the companies to the Creditsafe database. So those headers are going to be company name, street address, city, state, zip, and phone number. And then once you have that, best practices are really to send this file through a secured file transfer, or SFTP. And after that, we want to talk about, what does Creditsafe then do with this file? So we take it and we run it through our matching engine. So this takes into account millions of different data points within your file and the Creditsafe database, with the goal to match the companies in your file to the Creditsafe records. When the matching engine goes through a series of algorithms using company name, street address, etc., it's able to match to a high confidence level and then assign that record a safe number. The Creditsafe safe number is a unique proprietary reference number given to every company record in our database. Once we assign the companies within your file, the safe numbers, we now have that important link between your customer or suppliers to the Creditsafe database. The speed at which we can do this is anywhere between 24 to 48 hours. So it's a very, very quick turnaround time. So once that is completed, we're ready to provide you back with the actual data health check. It comes in a PDF format, and that is your 360-degree snapshot view of your entire portfolio. I've taken a couple of screenshots here of the data health check, but we'll go into more detail on each one of them in the next slide. So the first thing we want to look at is the percent that we are able to automatically match within our engine and what was unmatched. It's really important to understand why records do not match, and it presents that opportunity to really clean up your file. So I'm going to highlight a few common areas in which we receive files that will cause records to be unmatched. First, up top, you'll notice that the customer sent, in this example, a PO box number where Creditsafe has in their database the actual corporate address on the file. Thus, this will cause an unmatched record. The second would be abbreviation. So in this example, they have attention before the address. This will again cause the unmatched. And the third will be some notes after company names that will again cause unmatched records. In this case, they put cash accounts, which again will cause that unmatched records. It's really important to understand that just because we're saying it's unmatched does not mean it is not in our database. It's more likely due to the examples above. So again, Creditsafe would be able to help you clean this up and append your file with the correct data. So let's take a look at some of the key data areas which we cover in the data health check. On the left-hand side, we give you a breakdown of the credit limits within the file. It's interesting to maybe take a look at all the companies you have with credit limits of $0 to $1,000, so low credit recommendations, and see if you have accounts in there that you're extending over that amount to. Credit rating on the right-hand side, what I'm doing is I'm highlighting examples of all the accounts that would fall under our high risk or even recent bankruptcy. So in terms of prioritizing this, these are certainly the accounts that you want to get a handle on first and foremost. And many customers are often really surprised when they receive this back and they notice that they do in fact have companies in their portfolio who have recent bankruptcies on file. Next, we have the portfolio broken down by state and industry. Again, in our current environment, it's vital to understand where your accounts lie within different states or industries. I mean, things are changing every day. Some states are opening back up, some are remaining closed. What industries are considered essential and non-essential is all something that you need to have knowledge of within your portfolio. We recently released COVID impact scores for US companies. So it's taking a look at companies who have high or low impact due to COVID, and the industry that they're in plays a key part in that assessment. So you can start to understand how powerful having something like this would be, coupled with something like the COVID impact scores, to really understand what is the breakdown of your customers by industry and how high or low of an impact something like COVID will be on your customers or suppliers. Other key areas are derogatory legal count and value. So it's always important to understand how many customers within your portfolio have active tax liens or judgments, and for how much, as that's going to impact or whether or not they'll be able to pay you on time, if not at all. Employee bans and revenue. So this is going to show you the breakdown of your portfolio in terms of company size. So, are most of your customers larger companies with over 500 employees or more? Are you dealing mostly with SMBs? How much could that impact have on your AR, having maybe 80% of your customer base being small businesses? So now that we went over a couple of the key data elements within the health check, if you want to take a deeper dive into this, we can look on how we can give you customized data back with our data append. So using this pick list you see here, you're able to choose different data points to append to your file. So for example, you'll see here things such as credit risk scores, limits, legal filings, to each of your customers within your record. You would able to have that data sent back and append it to your file. So here's a sample file that we are able to provide. Again, this is something that we can return back within 24 to 48 hours. So a very, very quick turnaround time. You'll see here that you have all of your customer names. Up top here is the custom data points that you requested back from the pick list. And here is the data append with the actual risk scores, DBTs, and legal filings. So you can really begin to picture how fast and powerful these tools can be for your departments. We always hear stories on companies hiring interns and spending weeks or months, spending thousands of dollars, pulling reports individually, when there are tools out there like our data health check and data append that can get you back all of this data within a day or two. So some key takeaways is, again, the data health check is a great starting point to understanding where the risk lies within your portfolio, taking advantage of the opportunity to clean up your own customer or supplier portfolio, customizing the data that you get back from the pick list so you can get an even deeper look into the individual companies within your portfolio, getting into a habit of doing these reviews on your customer base routinely, whether that's monthly, quarterly, every 6 months, and then different use cases. So I spoke a lot about customer and supplier portfolios, but the same process that I went through just now, you could do it on your sales and marketing list. You can do it on your competitor list. Overall, we really want to help every business out there, whether you're a current customer or not, and taking the first step into the data health check will certainly prove beneficial for your company. That is all the time I have for today. So thank you very much for everyone for joining me. Please get in touch with your account manager if you're a customer, or if you're on a trial, get with your rep. We'd be more than happy to run this data health check for you at no cost whatsoever. You can also learn more if you visit our website. There's a lot of great content there. As Nathan mentioned, we will be doing these weekly webinars like this moving forward. So I certainly hope everyone out there continues to join us. Thank you.
Absolutely. Yeah. And just to if I can keep you just a minute or two, I know you've got a lot going on, Ryan, but if I can keep you just a minute or two, we do have a couple of questions here. And we'll take some more if as we're going through this, folks have some questions. But just to kind of highlight a couple things that you said before I do these questions, you were saying this isn't just for customers or suppliers, right? I mean, this can be used for anything that they have kind of that data set for, right?
Absolutely. So the other two examples I used are sales and marketing lists. So essentially all of those data sets that we are able to bring back, you can do with your sales and marketing. So, or even competitor list as well. So Understanding that pick list, and if you want to clean up your list that you're looking to sell to, understanding the industries, that's again something that you're able to pull through from that pick list, is very beneficial. And we do those all the time for customers and as well.
Great. Okay, so a couple of things here. One, how do they get this list to us? So does this just come by an email or something like that? I know you hit it kind of early on, but some folks are wondering, how do they get this to us? How best do they get us the files and everything?
Yeah, so really, again, as I mentioned, if they're able to pull that Excel file themselves, perfect. They just email it straight over to us. It is best practice, however, to do like a secure file transfer. And again, I will stress this more that, if you're not sure how to pull the file or send the file, get with your IT department, get with your account manager at Creditsafe, and we can help you through the process.
Awesome. So quick question, is this an add-on product? Is this something that everybody has to pay extra for to be able to access?
We're doing the data health checks free of charge for all customers and non-customers as well. So it's a great opportunity for every business out there to take advantage of. Please, by all means, if you're not a current customer, join our Stay Safe program, where we're doing a lot of great things for businesses out there, and this data health check is included in there at no additional cost.
Right. Awesome. If somebody comes back, you showed some of those unmatched. I'm sorry, I lost the word there for a second. For some of the unmatched stuff, if it comes back unmatched, is there a way that they can kind of work that out? Like you said, the data may still be there. How would they take care of that?
Absolutely. You'll get an initial match percent and an unmatched percent, and our goal is to get that match percent up to as close to 100% as possible. And really, the difference between the two really comes down to data on the company's side. So a lot of those examples, we can go in and help clean up that their customer file to get it to as close to 100% as possible.
Sounds great. And then what are some of the things that they should do next if they see something concerning on the data health check? If there's something that looks a little odd to them, or like you said, that they noticed there was a bunch of bankruptcies that they didn't know, or something like that. What should they do next?
Yeah, the great part is with this, if they're looking into the high risk areas within the data health check. So if they have the 30 accounts that are high risk, with that pick list, you can append that data, and you can actually go in your file and you can see what companies fall under that high risk area. What steps they should be taking. I think immediately they should jump into the Creditsafe website and look at the full report. See why it's a high risk. Is there illegal filing on there? Have their payments been getting later and later? If there are high risk companies, there's going to be something within there, that full detailed report, that can tell them of why that particular company, customer or supplier, is a high risk. And also, they always have their support from their account manager. So it's a one call away to your account manager or our main number to speak with a rep to help them through that as well.
Great stuff. Well, that looks like it's all the questions here. I'm not getting any more that are coming in right now. If you do have any other questions, you can reach out to us. You'll be getting an email after this, just thanking you for being here. You can reach back out to that, reply to that email. And we'll make sure that you get the answers to any questions that may come up as you're thinking about this. I also want to invite you to our next webinar, which is on Thursday at the same time, 2 p.m. Eastern. That'll be about accessing funding and accessing the programs that are available right now in response to this global pandemic that the U.S. government has. We're going to have representatives as a panel discussion. We're going to have representatives of businesses that have actually accessed some of the programs and have had some success there. We're going to have a representative from the director, actually, of the Business and Liaison Office from the commerce department. We're going to have folks from the SBA. We've got a whole, some lenders. We've got a whole host of folks that are going to be coming in that are going to be there as part of that. So go ahead and register for that. You can find that on our website. If you go to the top of our website under B2B guides, you'll see where all the webinar stuff is, and you can go ahead and register for that and join us next week. And we thank you for joining us today and hope you have a great rest of your day. Thanks so much.